All right, welcome to version 15 of ArterSpace, the nail design studio app. So, what we're going to do is just go right into the couple of changes. There's not really been a lot of big changes in the app just because, it's pretty much been coasting, it's been flowing, and there's not been a lot of changes. So, a lot of what I'm going to cover today is just some tweaks. I did not do a video for one of the more major updates, so I'm going to do that first. So let's get our shape together. I think I want to just go with, let's go with coffin. We'll do coffin today and we'll do them all the same size. So we'll put them on uniform view. And let me make this a little bit bigger for y'all. Okay, cool. So we're going to have them all on uniform view. We're going to give them all a background color. I'm probably going to do like a light lavender. So like I'm going to use the preset and I'm going to drag it over. And then click done. And apply that to all 10 nails. So you can see our full set is all purple, but we're going to keep it on the 5 nail view for now. And then we're going to open up our crystal panel. So here's our crystal panel. It looks the same as probably the last time you saw me do one of these update videos, but there is something new there that you may notice. There is a preset button. So when you click preset, it's going to bring up all of these different preset laid out configurations for your crystals. So if you don't want to manually put an individual crystal on there, you don't have to put that on there. You can just click and apply. So I'm going to click and apply, and as you can see, it is now on our thumbnail. Now whatever nail you have selected up here for the crystals is where it's going to place your preset. So if you don't want to make a mistake and overlap them, you're going to want to choose the next nail or whichever specific nail you want. So I'm going to do it again. And let's just go with this one. And you can see it put it on the index finger. And you can continue on like that. You are still able to place your crystals individually and manually by yourself. So same things still apply to rotate, the sizing, the opacity, all of that is still the same. And you can still do your own designs if you want to. You can just use the presets if you don't have time for that, or if you're not sure how you want to lay things out. Let me make that smaller. Okay. But yeah, so that is the major update that actually happened last week. I just didn't do a video for it. Long story, y'all. Long story. But I'm here this week with the update. This update is live. So once you log in, you can see this update and use it just like it is there. The image button was just the crystal placement guide that I had from before. Most of these are in the presets now. There are like a couple that aren't in there. Like I don't think this snake looking one is in there, but most of them are in there. So that still works the same, and everything else that was there before works the same. It's just now we have our preset situation here. Okay. So that is update number 1. So let me clear this out so we can get into update number 2. I'm going to give this a background color again, and I'm going to apply this to all 10 nails. And we're going to get into the grid. So this was actually a bug fix. It wasn't necessarily an update. So our grid is here, and I have it set to print already. Of course, you can change the colors on the grid to whatever you want to change them to. However, there was an issue before where the grid was not actually printing correctly. So here's our full set. I'm going to go ahead to the print preview. Now, before there was something going on where when you did the print preview, the grid wouldn't show properly. Now it shows properly and everything works out the way it's supposed to work out. So that is a bug fix. Super simple, really quick, nothing too crazy. The grid always worked correctly when you downloaded a PNG. That was always gonna work right. But let me actually, no, I can't open that because it's not gonna show you guys because I'm only on the, I'm only on my Chrome browser right now, so it's not gonna show you that other thing, okay? But yeah, so that has been a bug fix that has been corrected. There was another bug fix I'll show you right quick. So let's take a look at this other bug fix. Do I need to clear this out? I'm gonna just take the grid off. I don't really need to clear it out. Okay, so we got the grid removed. So there was an issue with the French tip. There was a suggestion in the suggestion box about the double French, and in my trying to accommodate that request, I kind of messed up our double French before. So it was making the double French super thick. So now it's not so thick anymore. I do feel like it still needs some tweaks, but I wanted to get this update out to y'all. So the preview is going to look a little wonky, and you will have to probably play with the double French, but it's not as thick as it was before, because when I tell you I had messed it up bad, it was bad. So now it is smaller, like thinner lines, and they're closer together. You can obviously, play around with that. If you don't like the way it looks, if you feel like, the line should be farther apart or something like that. If you want to adjust the smile line curve higher, I'm going to put it on the thumb again. But yeah, it looks a little bit better. It's still not 100%. Unfortunately, I really want to just get it back to how it was. And I just have to probably dig through my old code and figure out what I had it looking like before, so I can get it back to way it should be, I guess you could say. But yeah, so it's been updated though. It is a little bit better, nothing too crazy, but those are some of the bug fixes that have happened. I am working on some stuff coming up for next time and for future updates. One of the updates is going to be very complicated, and I don't think it'll happen next week. I think that's going to probably take the whole summer for me to get that right, and it has something to do with 3D printing. So stay tuned. But yeah, that's update number 15. If you already have the app, you will get an email with a link to this video so you can watch this and see the updates that have happened in ArterSpace since the last time. And if you have suggestions, as always, the green suggestion box is in the app. Share your ideas, share any type of things that you've noticed that you think can be improved. Whatever you got, drop it in there, and I will see it, and I will do my best to implement it if it makes sense for the app. All right, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.